Hey y'all, it's Courtney. Happy Monday morning. And if you can't tell, today we're going to be doing a little relaxation video, little mask video, little kiki here. I am wearing the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mask. I've had this for like a year, and I never did use it yet. I got a sunburn last week, so I figured, let's do this. Need some moisture in my life. I'm peeling really bad. Luckily, I'm not losing my color though, somehow, so that's cool. But like my whole body is peeling. But I also found out that the reason why I burnt so bad is because I'm a dumbass and didn't read all the packaging on my antibiotics. And it clearly states right on one of the antibiotics not to be in prolonged sun exposure, whether it be natural sun exposure or the tanning bed. So clearly that's probably why I burned so badly. Because I mean, I am really pale, but I'm also like 26 to 30% Native American. So I burn, but I don't burn that bad. And usually once I burn once and I can get a base tan going like this, like now I will finally tan this year. My legs won't probably because I don't know, they just don't tan as well. Like whenever I was a little kid, you could tell that there was something else in my blood because I walked around like bronzed as fuck all the time. That and my mom bought us pool passes every year. What, baby? What? This smells good. Huh? You fell? Hold on. I'm coming. Okay. It's just a little strawberry. It's fine. I wasn't ignoring her, or I wasn't like, having the slowest reaction time ever. I could see that she was standing right there, so I knew that she was fibbing. She didn't like fall and hurt herself. She was just kind of stuck. It's just a strawberry. It's a wild strawberry, but still a strawberry. So yeah. This is gonna be cold on you. If you touch my mask, it's gonna be freaking cold. Woo! It's cold, isn't it? You wanna go get a bottle of nail polish and mommy will paint your nails too?
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I told you they were sour. Okay, don't touch it. You don't touch it, the moisturiser's gonna suck into my face because I'm getting old. Honey, you're gonna get your hair stuck in it. And you're gonna have to get a bath.
There was a raccoon.
So I have a doctor's appointment today. I'm gonna be going and talking to, can you stop? My surgeon, easy with her.
I wanna.
Dr. Graves? I almost said Dr. Grimes. Be easy with Ari. You know she's scared. She just still doesn't like kids. But yeah. So yeah, I got an appointment today, so I figured I'd, I'm gonna do my little face mask thing, and I'm painting my nails, and I'm also gonna curl my hair and do my makeup, and, so. We went to the flea market for the first time yesterday because we wanted to get Mike his Father's Day present, which we wanted to get him an acoustic guitar, and we know that they always have acoustic guitars up there, which we did find one. It wasn't as great as we wanted it to be, but it was only $40, so what can you really expect? One of the chords has a buzzing sound on it, so I have to try to figure that out. But so anyways, shit is getting crazy out here, isn't it? Y'all seen this, oh my god, her name's Mika Stroffer, and they keep saying she adopted a child in China, a special needs child at that, sought out a special needs child, right? And then rehomed him. I frigging hate that term, rehoming. Stop using that when you're talking about children. You use the term rehoming when you're talking about a dog that, and I don't even do that. I don't even agree with that because you know what? one time I had a cat that was an absolute asshole, and I hated that cat. But you know what? He was my responsibility because I took him on, and I kept him until the day he died. There's been multiple animals that I've had that I really didn't, click with. But I kept them because they were my responsibility, because I took them on. Just like Patience. I don't care if me and Mike split up. I don't care if we hate each other in the end. I will still feel like if she needs something, I will come running. She will still be my responsibility, in my opinion, because I took her on. And I wanted to. And that feeling will never change. She is my child. Whether she has my blood or not, it doesn't matter. And a lot of adopted parents feel the same way. I plan on adopting her, but it takes a lot of money. Although we just don't have right now. But for them to search out a child with special needs for clicks and views, because that's exactly what they did. They used this kid for clicks and views, and then, when they weren't making as much money off of him as they used to, because they got like 1 million subscribers. I think she had like 4,000 subscribers when she started her adoption journey. They got up to 1 million subscribers off the back of that little boy. And now they're saying that they weren't aware of his special needs and just how special needs he was. But there's like so much evidence proving otherwise. There's videos of her herself saying that the doctors in China tried to warn her against adopting this child because he was going to be he's going to need a lot of care, and he was going to be high maintenance. He wasn't going to be, a very easy child that you just, have to stick a binky in their mouth and walk away. That's not how this child's going to be. He's going to need a lot more attention and teaching, and and they said even then he might never speak. And when the novelty of a special needs child for her channel, her family channel, wore off, she rehomed him. That term alone bothers me so much. Oh, and then comes out right after the shit about them came out was this family called 8 Passengers. And it's this like freaking militant style parenting channel. And like they sent their son away to live on a wilderness camp. Like I think it was like a Native American, like the thing looks like a Native American type logo. It might not be. I think it's called like Anasazi or something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of videos on it. Just look up 8 Passengers. You'll see them. But they sent their son away for misbehaving, like talking back and like teenager stuff. He's 15 years old. He was 13 or 14 at the time. But they sent him off to live in the wilderness, no mattress, no nothing, for 2.5 months. And within a week or two of him getting back, they took not only his bedroom from him, they took his bed and everything. The kid let it slip on a video a couple weeks back that he was sleeping on a beanbag chair in the living room on the floor for the past 7 months. They wouldn't even let him sleep on the couch. He was sleeping on a beanbag chair on the floor for the last 7 months. 7 months. Now, hey, your kids are sneaking out and, doing really crazy stuff. I understand taking the door off the hinges or taking their cell phones. I had a little issue with that with my own child. And guess what? She got her phone taken well over a year ago, and she will not be getting a phone back for quite some time. Not one with internet capabilities, at least. We've been talking about getting her a phone that only has texting and calling, so if she's at school or something and there's an emergency, she can get a hold of us, because it kind of scares me, her not having a way to get a hold of us. But we don't want to hand her access to the internet knowing what could happen. We are trying to stay very involved in who her friends are, what she's doing online. We're trying to stay very involved with that shit, because multiple times on her Xbox we've had to tell her that person sounds way older than what they're telling you. Don't talk to them anymore. There was one time that a guy was like rapid fire questioning her about things, and that's what predators do, to try to A, feel out their victims, and B, try to find out if the parents are involved enough to where they could get away with manipulating said child. I just was in a comment section last night talking about this, how, you know, if my child is not smart enough to see, or not smart enough, mentally mature enough, or you know what I'm saying, she's a child. I'm an adult. I see it. She doesn't. We can't expect our kids to see manipulation when predators go for children, because they don't understand yet. They're a lot easier to control and manipulate, and that's why predators do go for kids, because they're easier to control and to manipulate. So we can't expect our kids to know better, because they're kids. They're children. And you know, if my kid doesn't see it, then yours probably definitely won't, because we do stay involved with our kid. We do know who all of her friends are. We notice when there's a new voice on there, because we do know all of her little friends, because we do check in enough. So, anyways, I can understand taking the phone or taking the door off the hinges, but they took his fucking bed. Like, that is like one of the basic needs, is to have somewhere to sleep. Even if it's a couch. Autumn sleeps on the couch all the time. That's where she wants to sleep, so I let her. But she damn sure is not going to sleep on the friggin' floor on a beanbag chair. There is no way you can tell me that that's good for a child. And it wasn't for a week or two just to teach him a lesson. It was for 7.5 months. And literally right after he got back from wilderness camp. And he said the reason was because, I mean, which this is mean, and I can understand punishing the child. What, honey? I don't know, you're going to have to hold on just a second. I can understand punishing a child for this. Apparently he told his little brother that he woke his little brother up in the middle of the night, told him that they were going to Disneyland, had him pack a bag, and got him all excited, and then was like, oh, we're not going anywhere, I was just teasing you. So that's pretty mean. But it's an older brother thing to do to a little brother. He was pranking him, basically. All kids do asshat things to their younger siblings. All kids. I don't care. You know, the little kids annoy the older kids, and the older kids prank the younger kids. That's just what happens. I mean, he could just be beating the hell out of him instead. And then apparently they were playing basketball, and he pranked him another time by, saying that he was going to dunk him, and then hanging him on the basketball hoop, and he left him there for like 2 or 3 minutes, and was joking, saying he wasn't going to get him down. And then apparently the last one was the most concerning to me, and obviously I would have, you know, done something about this as well, but apparently he pointed a pellet gun in his brother's face. That one I can understand, but I don't even think it was loaded. But still, you shouldn't be doing that, and I agree with that. As a parent, I would be pissed if Patience did that to her sister. But to take her room, take her bed, take everything from her. Like, this kid has nothing. They have nothing. You know, their parents work them to death online, have a mansion off their kids' backs, and then they're not even allowed to be on the internet. They're not even allowed to have phones. They shut out. My parents did this too as a kid, but also whenever I was a kid, you could trust your kids to go outside and play and take off and run around and go down in the woods. These days, you cannot do that. Your kids can't just take off and play all day without checking in every 5 minutes. So, these kids have no phones. What, honey? You're doing this on purpose. What? Go down the steps and come around. You're okay. You're a big girl. You gotta learn to do things yourself. Mommy can't always do them for you. But if you really needed help, I would come help you. So I can understand punishing him. But to take every basic need away from him, such as a place to lay his head, for 7 entire months. Like, if it had been a week, I wouldn't even be talking about this in my video. But 7 dang months, man. And right after he came home from a survival camp where he slept on the ground for 2.5 months. Like, there's pictures of that kid of the visits that they had with him while he was in that survival camp. He looks miserable. He's dirty. He's sunburnt. He's all bruised up and beat up, and there's scratches on him. And I mean, I don't know what they're doing, man. They're these hardcore parenting styles, but it's just gonna end up making their kids hate them, especially since they're making their money off of the backs of their children and then treating them like shit. Going in, baby? You get in? And then another thing, oh, you got it? Alright, shut the door. Another thing I've been seeing, people are just going nuts here lately. Like, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while too, but it's not as big of a deal, but it still, like, baffles me. I keep seeing this trend of people flipping out whenever somebody is relentlessly going after somebody that they like. It's a big deal whenever it's somebody that they like. And then this same person has obsessive tendencies, starts going after somebody that they don't like, and now they're friends. Because now they can agree with them going after another person. Obsession is obsession is obsession is obsession is obsession is obsession. I don't care if it's a person that you like. I don't care if it's a person you hate. Somebody making live stream after live stream after live stream after live stream, video after video after video after video, post after post after post after tweet after DM after DM about the same person over and over again is still obsession. Just because it's somebody that you also don't like doesn't change that it's obsessive behavior and that it's dangerous behavior. I don't understand how people can't see that it's, and I'm not by any means saying that I'm not a hypocrite, because there are very many situations that I myself know that I've been a hypocrite in. We're all hypocrites. If you're a human, by default, you're a hypocrite. Because you're going to be more likely to, I've said this a million times, I'll say it another million. You're going to be more likely to believe something about somebody that you don't like than if somebody told you the same thing about somebody, your mom, or your best friend, or your child. You're going to be more likely to defend your friend that's doing the same thing as somebody that you can't stand. So by default, we're all a little hypocritical. But in this sense, it's like, it's still wrong. No matter who it is or who it's being done to, I don't agree with it. Like, and this isn't about anybody that you probably think it's about. Everybody always probably assumes that it's about a certain person, but I can guarantee you it's probably not about who you would assume. Because generally I don't give a shit what people do. But whenever I just see it over and over and over and over again, I start thinking to myself, I'm like, how can these people not see it? That it's still the same thing. Just because it went from somebody that you like to somebody that you also hate does not change anything. It doesn't